Hi, my name is Nurshafina AISYAH binti MOHAMAD PAUZI, and I will explain about the introduction of absorption concept in wastewater treatment. Absorption is adherence of substance from gases or liquids onto the interface of two phases, mainly onto solid in water and use water purification. Absorption is applied for removal of dissolved impurities. The most common process is application of activated carbon for removal of organic substance. Among the possible techniques for water treatments, the absorption process by solid absorbent shows potential as one of the most efficient methods for the treatment and removal of organic contaminants in wastewater treatment. The absorption process is widely used for treatment of industrial wastewater from organic and inorganic pollution. Here there are examples of organic pollution originate from. First is domestic sewage. Second is urban runoff. Third is industry effluent. And last is in agriculture wastewater. But in our video, we will explain in industrial. So, let's see our explanation.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is NORNASHASHA binti HATA and my matrix number is D2021-1099-265. What is the characteristic of absorption? Firstly, absorption is a reversible process. It decreases with increase in temperature in a short period. Secondly, absorption is proportional to the surface area. It varies with the nature of the surface of the adsorbent and of the substance to be absorbed. Thirdly is adsorption can be classified into a physisorption, which is van der Waals forces, and chemisorption, which is chemical bond. What are the factors that can affect the rate of absorption? Firstly is the pH value of wastewater. It will affect the solubility, chemical speciation, and the total charge of adsorbents. The removal efficiency is maximum at neutral pH. Secondly is temperature of adsorption process. Adsorption is exothermic process. The higher the temperature, the lower the adsorption efficiency. Thirdly is initial concentration ions. The lower initial concentration ions, the higher the efficiency of adsorption until it reaches the saturation values. Fourthly is type of metal ions. There are various types of heavy metal ions in wastewater, causes the competitive adsorption among the heavy metal ions. Lastly is the concentration of adsorbent. The higher the concentration of adsorbent used, the higher the adsorption capacity. Good adsorbent depends on surface area, mechanical strength, chemical interactions, porosity, and surface charges.
How the concept of adsorption apply in the industrial wastewater treatment. First is using active carbon filtration. Adsorption with active carbon is often used as the tertiary purification for the removal of organic micropollutants and COD and metals in organic complexes to a lesser extent from wastewater. The adsorption factor is determined by various groups and compounds in the to be removed substances. Here are a few general rules in decreasing adsorption factor per series. Here are a few examples of how the technique is used. though this is not a comprehensive overview. First is active carbon adsorption. It's often used for groundwater purification in soil remediation for the removal of BTES, fluorinated hydrocarbons, and PAH. This technique is particularly favored for the purification of low volumes or for the temporary or short pumping. Second is in textile distribution. Active carbon is used for the removal of difficult to degrade compounds like colorants. This is in the chemical processing industry. Active carbon filtration is used for the removal of toxic substances, which is pesticide, from partial flows, including preventing the biological wastewater purification system from being restricted. And the last one is active carbon adsorption can also be used for the removal of PER from wastewater from the dry cleaning sector.
Activated carbon, or known as a charcoal carbon, can be made from wood, charcoal, and coconut. Each type is characterized by a specific surface, grain size, or pore diameter. Active carbon can be used in powder form, granular form, or impregnated form. In most industry applications, closed filters are used. They are constructed in such a way that the to-be-treated liquid is pumped under pressure through the filter and over the active carbon. A typical industry active carbon is made up of two columns. Both columns have a downward slant. Over the time, the carbon becomes saturated, reducing the filter's effectiveness until it no longer absorbs. Carbon can be thermally regenerated after saturation. This is done a high temperature reactivation oven. During this process, the organic compounds that have been absorbed are destroyed. Active carbon, it can chemically impregnated. Impregnated carbon was created specifically to absorb chemical substances that are very difficult to absorb with standard activated carbon. For the removal of organic sulfide, ammonia, and amide, impregnation with cobalt, potassium carbonate, sulfuric acid, and sulfur is possible. Chemicals are used to regenerate zeolites and adsorbents that absorb inorganic matter. In conclusion, adsorption has advantage over the other methods because of simple design and can involve low investment in terms of both initial cost and land required. The adsorption process is widely used for treatment of industrial wastewater from organic and inorganic pollutants and has received a great attention from the research.